up, y'all? It's Selena, and welcome to my channel, Sensual by Selena, where health, wellness, and sensuality all collide. So today's topic is going to be all about detachment, detached girl era, solitude, finding your joy alone, and then lastly, the great hate phase. So we're gonna get into that, but first let me just go ahead and tell you what I got going on. So Sensual by Selena, I've been monetized, and so you're gonna be seeing a lot more on my YouTube channel. I'm still gonna be posting on Instagram. I don't have my Facebook page no more, and then my website is under construction right now. So I said I'm gonna be doing my yoga sessions back in 2023, but that doesn't mean as soon as the year starts. So just be on the lookout. I'm shooting more so of the spring. So yeah, so that's that with my shameless plugs and just promoting and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into the topic. So when I say detach, it is coming from that emotional aspect. So detachment. What is detachment? In my own words, detachment is when you remove yourself from, or basically you're removing yourself from people, places, or things, and you're just removing yourself because maybe you got things you need to work on. You're just kind of overstimulated. You've been feeling burnt out lately, and that's one part of detachment. Now, detachment, you can detach from things, places, or people in a healthy way or an unhealthy way. And I can say that I've done a little bit of both. To be honest, with detachment, I know that I have those moments where, I may be going through something mentally. I'm just trying to, be a better me, or trying to fight certain thoughts off. And sometimes it can get to the point where it's just like, everybody right now. I don't give a what you got going on. I just want to be to myself. And it can kind of become unhealthy when it gets super negative, where you're just saying you don't care about nobody, you don't care what nobody got going on, all you care about is yourself. And it can become unhealthy when you just kind of remove yourself and it's just you in this bubble. And it can be healthy or unhealthy depending on how you look at it, but for me, I just know that if it gets to that point where I'm negative about it, it becomes unhealthy. And the way that it becomes healthy is like, say if you have your boundaries, but you also let people know that. You let people into your world a little bit, and you're more so kind of positive about it. So let's say, you got some deadlines you gotta finish, you got some things coming up, and you need to be super focused. You can't be everywhere with everybody doing things all the time. And I wouldn't even suggest hanging out all the time. Like, who got time for that these days? Especially when you're trying to get your own life together. Now, if you got all the time in the world, please, by any means necessary, go out, do what you want. I'm not that person just yet. So when it comes to healthy detachment, it's like you're setting those boundaries to help you achieve those goals. And you let people know that. You may say like, hey, I may not want to be bothered as much. And if people understand that, that's the great thing. But sometimes people don't understand that. So then you may have to be a little bit more assertive in your approach. Like, hey, I have boundaries. Please, let's just kind of back off a little bit, and then we'll reconvene at a later time. Now, some people, if they understand that, good. If not, that's really not your issue at that point. So detachment, it can be healthy, but it can also be unhealthy when you are just like in your own bubble. You're not tuned in with nothing. You're not connected to source, and you just kind of going in that dark side. And then that can also result into maybe some mental issues as well. I'm not saying that that's for everybody, but I'm just saying that negative side of detachment. So detachment can be a great thing. It just depends on where you're at and how you go about it. So now let's move on to
in my solitude.
So with detachment, especially if it's a healthy detachment, that's when you can create solitude. And solitude is definitely something that you create. And this is that state of just being alone, but being happy in your aloneness, being happy in your lonely, knowing how to enjoy that solitary time. And it's a skill that not everyone has. Lord behold, I would say it's definitely a skill to learn, especially if you're one of those people that feel to always be in the mix. And when you are alone, how are you alone? Are you enjoying life? Because the thing is, to really see if you've been enjoying life, is take some time and sit alone. A lot of people can't do that. Some people can, but a lot of people can't just take the time to just sit there and be alone with your thoughts, or enjoy your quality time to yourself. And if you're one of those people, then you maybe need to work more so on your solitude or your solitary skills, because this is great for your mental being, and it allows you to just learn who you truly are when no one's around. So just going on that solitude journey, it just allowed me to just not really I know it's gonna sound messed up, but I truly enjoy being alone a lot. And I wasn't always like that. I wasn't always the person that just wanted to be alone. But I will tell you this. As soon as I, let's say back in my earlier 20s, mid 20s, when I went out, I needed time to just relax. Like, I didn't want to be out the next day. And I could tell from that time, I knew that I was gonna eventually just grow out of going out all the time. But it's like those slow, subtle things that you start noticing within yourself, and then it changes over time. It's like, okay, I was going out a lot, but I realized I didn't really enjoy it. Then you make those changes, and in your mid-20s, you may realize I really don't want to go out at all. And then in your late 20s, it's like, I want to go out, but I want to do things that are more so aligned with me. So I may want to go take a dance class, go take a yoga class. I may want to go to Barnes and Nobles real quick. Something that just aligns with you more. So I think having that solitude time allows you to really learn yourself and learn who you are, and that's important to have as a person. So we talked about detachment, we talked about solitude, so let's talk about the great hate phase. And yes, I have a mirror, because just in case I got something on my face, or I try to make sure I got nothing in my TV, then I can be having that. But now, moving along, the great hate phase. Now, the great hate phase is something that I wanted to dive on, because this is something that I've observed within myself, during the past, and it's definitely something that's going on right now. It's just been a lot of senseless violence going on. It's been a lot of even certain dynamics in certain circles, people just kind of been breaking away. And it's people been more pettier. People always got something to say about someone. Someone's always making someone else look like the bad guy in a situation, when both people maybe not the best. It's just what is going on here? It's someone's from this side always trying to make someone else look less than this side is trying to make this other side look less than. Whether it be gender wars, race wars, it's always, even the damn plant-based community and vegan versus the carnivore. It's just can we have some type of harmony? I know we're not all supposed to think alike or be alike. So why do we get so outraged when people have differences? And I'm not talking about the type of differences that try to hurt and harm people. I'm talking about just differences. not everybody is going to be conservative. Not everyone's going to be liberal. Not everyone's going to be down for plant-based eating. Not everyone's going to be down for eating meat. And it's like, I just see it too much. So I think that also made me want to kind of become detached to things, because like it was just something that I needed to do. I can't say everyone should detach, but I think that was part of the reason of me just wanting to kind of detach and fall back, especially from social media, because it's like people just be posting stuff, not really having no depth or understanding, and just be posting just to post or be part of the fear mongering. And I'm not part of that group outrage. Like, let me just be me in peace, and we'll go on about our ways, whether you like it or not. But the great hate phase is definitely something that people may go through, and I think the collective as a whole just been going through that. And sometimes you gotta sit back and like, look, let things run its course. Find your solitude, do what you need to do to kind of bring back that love into your life, bring that love, that self-love back to yourself. Because it's so easy to get caught up in what the world got going on. It's so easy to get caught up in drama. But the challenging thing is to really make changes to be a better you, and to have a better mentality, to be able to have some type of self-control over your emotions. And it's not easy. I'm going through it. I've went through it. Sometimes I go back and forth. But I just know that when you take time to just really work on yourself and just really be in your zone, you can overcome a lot. So yeah, that's the great hate phase in a nutshell. It's just kind of just, you've grown to kind of hate things because of the divisiveness, or you just been paying so much attention to the negative, and you internalize that, and you kind of just have this hatred for, I don't want to say people, but you just have this hatred for like the hate. And it's like you want things to be more so in harmony. And I get that. But, you know, you just gotta learn how to go through the highs and the lows and kind of just come back and rebirth yourself and be this brand new butterfly. Or I know that was kind of cheesy, but like this really like come back and bloom again. Like just like the seasons, like winter, things die off. Well, excuse me, autumn, things die off. Winter, nothing is alive. Spring, things start to blossom, things start to bloom. And then summertime, you just full out bloom again. So you just gotta come up with methods to kind of help yourself during those challenging times, those mind-boggling times. So yeah, that's it for today's topic. So again, we talked about detachment, solitude, and the great hate phase, or the great hate era. So I hope you may have learned something. I hope this made you feel to know that you're not the only one that's going through this stage as well. We all have our times, and we all detach sometimes. We all find our solitude. We may even go through that great hate phase, but ultimately, I hope you find your peace as well. So I will see y'all next time. It's been real. Make sure you follow me on my IG. I got Central by Selena on IG. My website is under construction, so don't worry about that right now. We're gonna come back. But I do have my YouTube channel. My YouTube and my Instagram is where mainly you can see me. And then of course I got my TikTok. It's under the Selena Monique, but if you type in Central by Selena, that should pop up as well. So just, your girl just been planning, plotting, and it's gonna be a lot of great things for 2023. So I hope your 2023 will treat you how you've been treating yourself and other people. So it can go either way. If you've been treating yourself good, people good, hopefully the year treats you just like that. And if you've been treating people stank, you're gonna have a stank Yeah. But nah, I will see y'all later, and thank y'all for tuning in. Mwah.